Good day. Hope everybody's having a good one out there. So Dolly Parton's coming out with a rock album. Yeah. Called Rockstar. And it's going to have some pretty heavy hitters on it. Let's see what this is all about. So, Dolly Parton is coming out with a rock album. You heard right. Now, she was recently inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Now, there's been a lot of griping and stuff, and I have a lot of understanding in some of these, country stars being inducted and overlooking, huge rock stars and metal stars. Now, there is the Heavy Metal Hall of Fame, but it doesn't seem to hold as much weight as the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, which I think is a shame. But nonetheless, in typical classy Dolly Parton type fashion, she said and was even quoted saying, well, if I'm going to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I better earn it. So, earn it. She is. She's putting forth a pretty good damn effort. Now, admittedly, some of the songs we're gonna go through, and we're gonna talk about a little bit of what's gonna be on this album and who is gonna be on this album, which is pretty awesome. Now her and Willie Nelson's edition, and there's been some other country stars or whatnot. They have dabbled with rock artists and stuff like that, but I think even she sees that, if I'm going to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I'm gonna, get some good rocking and rolling under my belt, right? Well, she has a nice extensive track list here. Now, this this is a lot of songs. This is no short little album at all. I believe there's some originals in here, and she does Rockstar with guest Richie Sambora, World on Fire, Every Breath You Take with Sting. Now you're gonna notice a pattern here. A lot of the songs, if they were originally done by certain people, she's doing it with them. There's quite a few on here like that, Open Arms with Steve Perry, Magic Man with Ann Wilson, and special guest Howard Leese. Long as I Can See the Light featuring John Fogerty. Either Or featuring Kid Rock. I Want You Back featuring Steven Tyler and special guest Warren Haynes. What was rock and roll? What has rock and roll ever done for you? Featuring Stevie Nicks. Also doing Purple Rain. Obviously not going to be featuring Prince, but it's awesome that I look forward to hearing Dolly Parton doing such a song. Dolly Parton has such a great voice, and I think she's somebody that she's picking the right songs that she thinks she can do some justice to. I think, in my personal opinion, Baby I Love Your Way featuring, you guessed it, Peter Frampton. I Hate Myself for Loving You, Joan Jett and the Heartbreakers. Night Moves featuring Chris Stapleton, which is pretty cool. Wrecking Ball featuring Miley Cyrus. I do not consider that rock by any stretch, but okay. Some of these songs are on the high end of pop, even with ones from, yesteryear. Um, but then there's, awesome tunes that, are in that genre that are classics. Like Heart of Glass with Debbie Harry. Also, Keep on Loving You with Keep on with Kevin Cronin. I Can't Get No Satisfaction. That's with Pink and Randy Carlisle. So that'll be interesting. It's strange that I wonder why. I guess they couldn't afford Mick Jagger or whatever. Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me, which features Elton John. We got Tried to Rock and Roll Me with Melissa Etheridge. Stairway to Heaven featuring Lizzo and Sasha, I believe, doing the flute. So all the flute work that's in Stairway to Heaven, that's going to be done by Lizzo and Sasha. I know briefly from seeing in the news or people getting all flustered about classic crystal flute or whatever. But I know that Lizzo plays the flute. She's like a flute player. So that'll be cool to see how that comes out. And then we got We Are the Champions. Very cool. And the irony of this does not Bygones. Okay, now first it's featuring Rob Halford, which is awesome. She's doing a song with Rob Halford. But it's also guest starring Nikki Sixx and John 5. I can't help but wonder if that was supposed to be Mick Mars. I think that was supposed to be Mick Mars. But I don't know. My Blue Tears, featuring Simon Le Bon. We got What's Up, featuring Linda Perry. We got You're No Good. What else we got with Sheryl Crow, Emmylou Harris. I mean, there's a lot of heavy hitters on here. We got Heartbreaker featuring Pat Benatar, Bittersweet with Michael McDonald. I Dreamed About Elvis with Ronnie McDowell and the Jordanaires, and Let It Be. Check this out, featuring Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr. Way cool. And then we got also Peter Frampton and Mick Fleetwood, all in Let It Be. That song right there that's like what, a couple $1 million easy. Then we got Free Bird with, the Leonard Skinner classic, Free Bird with Ronnie Van Zant and special guest Gary Rossington. Now, he has since passed, so a lot of this has been in the works for a little bit. Although I think some of it is, very fresh, or it, maybe I believe it's probably mostly been done, but it's going to be this is, the global superstar and recent Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductee Dolly Parton has joined forces with some of rock music's most legendary artists, along with today's biggest stars, for her first ever rock album called Rockstar. The ever-evolving Parton teamed up with an all-star roster of musicians for a 30-song collection, which includes 9 original tracks and 21 iconic rock anthems. Rockstar is set for a global release on November 17th. So it'll be in time for the holidays and such. That'll be a very awesome way to play some rock classics or whatever with mixed company, that or some of your family members that have that are country music fans. This will be pretty cool to see. I mean, admittedly, she's not picking like hard rock songs or whatever, but she's picking some classics. I was just listening to Heart's Magic Man the other day. I mean, so I'm looking forward to see what it sounds like with both Dolly Parton and Ann Wilson, because again, Dolly Parton has a phenomenal voice. So this is gonna be cool. Now, it's coming out November 17th via Butterfly Records, with distribution by Big Machine Label Group, and will be available as a 4 LP set. So we'll be able to get this on LP and a 2 CD set. Obviously, it's too big to even contain on just one CD. And of course, it's going to be digital download, and it's going to be on all the streaming services. This is way cool. I'm not like some big Dolly Parton fan, I wouldn't say, but I've always been a fan. She's a part of the old guard of the older country music that I grew up with. The older Johnny Cash, just like Willie Nelson. And when I get excited when I see that they're coming out with new stuff, even though I'm not particularly a country music fan. For me, they're those things that are in that gray area, and that's why I don't have a problem with them being in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame at all. And I think that Dolly Parton doing this just really shows how classy and how, like, hey, well, won't nobody be saying that I don't deserve to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame because I don't play rock and roll. And that's great. And it's gonna be cool, man. I think it's gonna be really cool to see what these songs sound like, because again, she has such a phenomenal voice, and it's gonna be cool to see her be so versatile with it, and then also what she does with these songs because of her style and her take on these things. I think it's gonna be, I think it's gonna be great. I if anything, I think it's gonna be very hard for people to be disappointed one way or another. Just the fact that she's doing this. She doesn't need to do this. She doesn't at all. She doesn't need the money. She doesn't need the notoriety. She's already won all the awards. She's in all the Hall of Fames, literally. The only other thing she could do now is put out a metal album, and I think she could probably pull that off too. So this is really cool, and I look forward to seeing what it says. And Dolly Parton even said, "I'm so excited to finally present my first rock and roll album, Rockstar. I am very honored and privileged to have worked with some of the greatest iconic singers and musicians of all time, and to be able to sing all the iconic songs throughout the album was a joy beyond measure. I hope everybody enjoys the album as much as I've enjoyed putting it together." Yep, I'm already a fan, and I have not heard one song, and I'm very excited. And again, this is coming from somebody that's not necessarily a big Dolly Parton fan. I've always, been more of a fan as an outsider. But I there's so many of her classics. I grew up with her even in the movies. Like Working 9 to 5 was one of my favorite movies for the longest time. I loved watching that. It was like one of them comfort movies for me. Staying home sick as a kid. There's a lot of things. The Grand Ole Opry. the times of hee haw and the stuff like that. She's a representation of those times growing up, and to see that she's doing something like this, just once again, it's really great. What do you think? Are you looking forward to it? Are you a Dolly Parton fan? Is this something that you're gonna check out? I think I might just get the LP just to have it in the LP collection, especially for it to be a new Dolly Parton, right? Very very cool. Let me know what you think. I hope everybody out there is having a great day. I hope it's going as good as it possibly can be. We got tons more stuff to talk about. We got tons of reacts, music news, reviews, all sorts of stuff to talk about. So definitely stay tuned. Check out what else we got going on. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. And we will see you in the next one. This is cool. Come on, this is cool. Have a good day, everybody. See you in the next one.